The first console war was surprisingly brutal. Most people think that console wars began with Sega and Nintendo. But in 1981, Atari and Mattel were already fighting over the living room. It was Atari versus Intellivision. Atari was the king. Its console had famous games like Space Invaders, Asteroids, Missile Command, and Breakout. Its biggest advantage was simple. Atari had the games people already wanted. Then Mattel launched the Intellivision, and they didn't play nice. Mattel hired writer George Plimpton, put him beside two televisions, and compared both consoles directly. On Atari, baseball players looked like tiny blocks. On Intellivision, they actually looked like people.
So when Mattel Electronics asked me to compare their Intellivision games with Atari, I gave it a try. I compared Atari baseball with Intellivision and found Intellivision played much more like real baseball. Then I compared Atari football with Intellivision. Again, Intellivision played more like the real game. In my opinion, if you try them both, there's only one conclusion you can come to. Intellivision from Mattel Electronics.
Mattel's slogan was the closest thing to the real thing. The message was clear. Atari is old, Intellivision is the future. Mattel repeated this with football, basketball, hockey, and space games. Intellivision also had a complicated controller with a direction disc, 12 buttons, and plastic overlays for each game. It offered more control and more strategy. So two companies sold completely different ideas. Intellivision said, better graphics, deeper games, more realism. Atari answered, that's nice, we have Space Invaders.
Finally, I wanted to compare the new Atari Warlords. Unfortunately, other companies don't make it. When it comes to the video games the world wants most, nobody compares to Atari.
Nobody compares to Atari.
Excuse me, have you compared them to Intellivision?
Intellivision?
Sure, they've got great space games, like Intellivision Space Battle.
I didn't know.
And now there's Space Armada and the incredible Astro Smash.
I didn't know.
Here, compare for yourself. Intellivision Space Games from Mattel Electronics. Once you compare, you'll know.
And that was the problem for Mattel. Intellivision could look better, but Atari had the bigger library and the famous arcade hits. The same arguments gamers have today already existed in 1981. Better graphics, better controller, better games, more powerful hardware. In the end, Atari remained a market leader, but Intellivision became a serious rival. So the first console war did not begin with Sonic, Mario, PlayStation, and Xbox. It began with two televisions, blocky baseball players, and one confident man in a suit, explaining why Atari looks terrible. It began with two televisions, blocky baseball players, and one confident man in a suit, explaining why Atari looked terrible.